On a chilly morning in 1943, a fisherman on the coast of Spain spotted something bobbing in the surf. It was a body dressed in a British officer's uniform, a briefcase still chained to his wrist. Local authorities believed they'd found a tragic victim of war, but they were wrong. This man was already dead before he ever hit the water, and his corpse was about to fool Adolf Hitler. By early 1943, the Allies had pushed Axis forces out of North Africa. The next step was obvious: invade Europe through Italy. The island of Sicily was the doorway, and Hitler knew it. If German forces were waiting in strength, an invasion of Sicily could cost tens of thousands of lives. So British intelligence came up with a chilling idea: don't just hide the truth from Hitler, make him believe a lie. The plan would become known as Operation Mincemeat, and at its center was a man who, in life, had been completely forgotten. In January 1943, a 34-year-old homeless Welshman named Glyndwr died in London after ingesting rat poison. He had no money, no family, and no grave waiting for him. To most of the world, his life passed unnoticed, but to two British intelligence officers, Ewan Montague and Charles Chumley, Glyndwr was exactly what they needed: a body that could become someone else. This was called wallet litter, the tiny details that make a person real. The Germans were experts at spotting forgeries. So every scrap of paper had to feel authentic, even under a microscope. The heart of the deception was locked in a single briefcase. Inside were letters between senior Allied commanders. On the surface, they looked routine, but hidden in the wording was the real payload. The documents suggested that the Allies planned to invade Greece and Sardinia, and that any talk of Sicily was just a feint. If the Germans believed these papers, they would shift tanks, planes, and soldiers away from Sicily, leaving the real invasion force facing a much weaker defense. Launching Operation Mincemeat on April 30, 1943, a British submarine, HMS Seraph, surfaced off the coast of Spain near the town of Huelva. Sailors carried the preserved body of Major William Martin up to the deck, secured the briefcase to his wrist, and committed him to the sea. Spain was officially neutral, but its government was friendly to Nazi Germany. British intelligence was counting on one thing: that the body would be found and the documents would quietly find their way into German hands. Did Hitler take the bait? Within hours, fishermen found the corpse. Spanish authorities recovered the briefcase and, despite British protests, allowed German agents a secret look at its contents. The papers were photographed and rushed up the chain of command, all the way to Adolf Hitler. German intelligence debated whether the documents were genuine, but the tiny details, the theater tickets, the love letters, the believable tone of the correspondence, convinced them this was no clumsy fake. Hitler swallowed the lie. He diverted entire divisions, including armored units, to defend Greece and Sardinia. Sicily, the real target, was left dangerously exposed. The invasion of Sicily and the cost of a lie. On July 9, 1943, the Allies launched Operation Husky. The invasion of Sicily, they still faced resistance, and many men died, but the nightmare scenarios British planners had feared never materialized. German forces were scattered and out of position. Operation Mincemeat hadn't won the war, but it had tilted the odds, saving thousands of Allied lives and speeding the collapse of Mussolini's regime, all because one forgotten man's body had been turned into a weapon. For years after the war, the world knew only of Major William Martin. The real name, Glyndwr, remained buried in classified files. When the truth finally emerged, it raised unsettling questions. Was it right to use a dead man this way? Did the lives saved justify what was done to his body and his memory? What we know is this: in a war of tanks, planes, and bombs, one of the most decisive weapons was a corpse, a briefcase full of lies, and the willingness to make Hitler believe them. If you stayed with this story to the end, thank you for spending part of your day here on Cyber-Theo. History is full of moments like this, half remembered, half forgotten, and still echoing into the present. If this video gave you something to think about, please like the video, tell me in the comments what details stood out to you the most, and subscribe to Cyber-Theo so you don't miss whatever story we uncover next. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep asking what the past is still hiding.